Okay, so good evening, class. Today we are going to discuss a major topic. Okay, it's very trending since last weeks. Like what is happening in our neighboring country, right? And what is the issue? Why it is happening? And I think it's spreading like a wildfire. Seriously, the agitation is also starting in Kolkata, in our regions also. But the main reason why it happened in the first place is because of reservations. Yes, reservation for some people it's a boon and for some people it's a bane. Okay, we can say that. See, reservation helps many people to living up their life in for the ultimate standards. Okay, and for some people, yes, it's a very what can I say? It's a very painful thing that deserving candidates are not getting promoted or not getting the seats which they are needed in the crucial times. Okay, like why it's a cutthroat competition in the job market also. Yes, but no, it's not like reservation is solely responsible. Okay, we have to discuss, we have to think about the origin of this. What is the genesis? Why it is required? Why it was required in the first place? Why reservation was required in the first place? Right. So we have to see, we have to open our history books and we have to see, flip some pages of history, and why it is required, we will get it. Okay, because in our Indian history, okay, some incidents were there which are very, what can I say, very painful to see, very painful to hear, very painful to record it. Okay, just because of some unjustice to a very specific community, right? And they were denied for all the rights, and for education, even drinking water also. That's very cruel and very unjust, if you can think about it. So my question to you first is, Pralay, my first question to you is, what is the origin of this reservation? Why it is required in the first place? Please tell me.
I think the origin is from the lower class society, because they were in the history, they were not getting the privilege to proper educations, even proper food, as you can also mention, for proper drinking water. That's why the reservation system was implicated to bring back them in our society, to bring their respects back, so they can also join in our main flow of our society. They can also get good lifestyle which they already deserve. So from that perspective, the reservation system was implicated, I think.
Okay, yes, correct. This one point of view, yes. Mr. Sanjeev, what's your opinion about this?
Yes, sir. First of all, good evening, everyone. And according to me, like, reservation is like not required in 21st century, because we are independent since like 70 years ago. So yeah, definitely all the students needed equal seats for their hard work. But I think this is happening because of our government and our society's point of view, like how people treated in earlier past things, and many like politicians use this reservation thing for their own purpose, like caste system for their voting purpose and
for their own political agendas, you can say.
Yeah. That's I want to say. So I think it's not required in 21st century. It's totally wrong to not get right equality to all over the Indians and having discrimination in our personal country. So it's completely wrong. So that's it.
So you want to say that it is still active because of some political agendas, and the political parties are getting benefits of it. That's why reservation is still active now. It's not required. 100% it's not required. Okay. Yes. That's one opinion to it. Anyone want to counter this opinion? No? Okay. Yes. See, the thing is, okay, what Mr. Sanjeev has said is okay, is partially true, but still, see, we have to remember that India is a developing country. It's not fully developed country. There are still pockets in India where this untouchability thing is still active. It's very painful to say this, but yes, it's still active in 21st century. How can be active? One side of India is very advanced and developed. If you look at the cities, metropolitan cities, cosmopolitan cities, but other side there are pockets in villages that people are not allowed to drink water from a same pond or from same tap because their caste is different, right? If they are not allowed to have this basic structures and need, just imagine their financial conditions. Okay, yes, in some cases it's not necessary because nowadays see, the forgery is happening. Okay, people are making fake certificates and they are getting the benefits of it. If they have good deep pockets and if they have good sources in the bureaucratic seats, okay, they can do it. But we can't forget that real people also we can't forget that real people also need it. Yes, Ranjana, you raised your hand. Yes, please say.
Yes, you asked them about the origin of this reservation. Yesterday I was thinking and I was discussing regarding some matter quite similar to this reservation. In our ancient period, there are Varnashram, Chaturashram, like Varnashram was Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and the Brahman was the head of the society. They are the ruling. They are making the Kshatriya, Vaishya, but the Shudras were not allowed. And when I was in my subject, there is a history, and when it was happening, and that in that contemporary time, Buddhist thoughts, Buddhist society woke up, and everybody was allowed to that society. So that time, Brahmanas belong to be the higher caste, upper caste. Those families, some of the families were also taking the Buddhist, the following the Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist religion because of this casteism, and this is still happening. And may I give one example, sir? Yes. Suppose one of our close cousins or close relative, she is preparing. She is going to prepare about her marriage, and she has a relationship with a boy who is from the Brahman family. Okay, but they had a 20 years relationship. They are a childhood friend, and so when their family, when she doesn't have, she lost her father, and she only has her mother. So she is very qualified, but when her mother is going to talk about their marriage, so the groom's family said that after marriage we are unable to say anything, but before marriage I would like to say that we have a problem that your daughter is not belonging from a Brahmin family, and my son is some months junior than your daughter. So these are our problem. So I know it cannot be the reason, because they already have 20 years relationship now. Before preparation of their marriage, this kind of words it's kind of insult. It's kind of humiliation for that girl's, the bride's family. So these things still have in our society. For that reason, the reservation system is getting the power. If they in 21st century, if they think in this, So people will definitely, some people will definitely will be bound to follow this reservation. So this is happening.
Yes, that's a very sad incident to hear. Okay. See, another thing I want to clarify, it's in our epics. In our epics, there is no mention of this untouchability, and see, no mention of this untouchability on this caste is higher caste, this caste is lower caste. See, there were segments of people like Brahmins. Their sole purpose of them was for education. They were only taught by other gurus that your whole life is solely dedicated to education. Just you have to do. Then there is Kshatriyas. Their whole life is dedicated to the warriors, and Vaishyas are like, see, merchants, right? And Shudras are other menial works. Okay. See, there is no mention of this caste is higher, this caste is lower. There is no mention of it. And if I'm remembering correctly, see, we grew up watching this Mahabharata and Ramayana and Shri Krishna when we were young. Okay, we used to watch this. There was no mention of any incident that person was not allowed in the court of king because he's that caste or he's that caste. See, after some period of time, someone has misinterpreted this. Like, you are doing this kind of work means you are bad person because you are doing this kind of work. Someone has purposely misinterpreted it. We don't know what is the genesis and what is the origin of this, but yes, what can we say?
Sir,
Yes,
Actually,
please.
sir, this is actually
Yes.
completely man-made. Actually, completely, this is a man-made thing that happened.
Yes, Mrs. Patra, please continue.
but in Vedic era, there is no permission to take the education of Shudras. And really the ST, mainly the ST, they have suffered these things due to their caste. Due to their caste, they have too much suffered. For that reason, this has happened. And who are not in reservation, they also poor. There are so many poor in a remote village. If you go there, they are very much poor. So I think reservation should stay, but the government has to look out the economical condition of the people of India.
Yes, absolutely correct. Yes, civilization should be on the basis of what can I say, economic conditions, right? Not because of caste and this and that. Okay, but yes, it's also an opinion. But see, in India, see, Bengal is there, but in northern sides of India, I must say, see, their caste system is very prominent. Person is poor, rich, that doesn't matter. He is belonging from that caste. He has a certain pride of it. He feel very proudful that he belongs from that caste. Okay, he's very proudful. He is living hand to mouth. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not the concern. But yes, it's the concern. Like, is that person is from this caste or is that person from that caste? That mindset people is having. Suppose a person, yes, as a person is he's a good earner, he's living his life comfortably, but he's belonging from the menial caste. Sorry, I don't want to say that, but from the lower caste, people thinks that he's from a lower caste. So people will discriminate him in that specific area. People will discriminate him. Okay, then what will he do? He will fight back. He will counter, and he will then gladly say that it's good that we have reservation. It's good because the other segment of society is treating like treating something like trash. Okay, and yes, then he will avail reservation. He will always be on the side of a reservation. We have to change our mindsets. First, we have to change our mindset. It will not come instantly. It will come gradually, but have to take baby steps, right? We have to take baby steps. Correct? Yes. Yes, Mrs. Singh.
So still now we should require reservation because for a long time our society misuse reservation because which caste and which category already improved, they can still now use a reservation. but they had no required to use reservation. So I think government should improve their style to apply reservation.
Yes, absolutely correct. See, government should, yes, as Mrs. Patra already mentioned, yes, see, reservation should be based on economic conditions, not the caste condition. Okay, yes. See, why our blood gets boiled? Why our blood gets boiled? Because see, someone who is rich, someone who is from a decent family, decent, okay, decent monetary, see, developed family. Okay, so the thing is, he is getting reservation. He is coming by car, he is coming to college by car or by a super bike, and he is the son of this and that, but he is from that specific category. That's where our blood gets boiled. Because see, other person whose father is just doing some, see, daily labor, hard work, but he is belonging from the other category. He is working so hard, but he's not getting his what can I say, his choice of his stream in the colleges, or his preferred colleges. He will not get because of the reservation. Otherwise, see, reservation is not that bad thing. If you consider this, yes, there are still people there. I said that earlier, that there are still tribes, there are still areas, see, jungle areas, the pocket of jungle areas still active in Jharkhand and in Chhattisgarh. There are still tribes living there, and they are improving their lifestyles also, right? So ST category is okay. ST category is okay. You can give them. Ushashi, yes.
Sir.
Do you want to say on this?
As you say that people have to change their mindset. Obviously, people have to change their mindset, but they will never. After all, the government spoon feeded him, and the people like that spoon feeding, and they are using some favor of tea. So this is never possible. But government should take a proper law that who need reservation, who didn't need. Like when government give pension to a person, if he or she is paralyzed, they send people to look after if he really paralyzed, or a family taking the pension, because they are giving the money. So they are very concerned about this. And like this way, when the reservation is also there, they also should check the background, economical background, if he needed or if it doesn't need it. So this is the completely depends on government. Who the people are needed and who are not. So this is completely based on the government. They are only taking tax and giving money from us, but their also duty is to take the responsibility of those people who are backward. They are also who are backward. They are not given. They are not to got the facility. So this is their job. They must do this. That's my opinion, sir.
I was saying that, as you said, that in some North Indian states, this caste system or casteism is still an issue. Because if you see, like in states like UP, Haryana or Uttarakhand, this kind of states, the people are still judged by their caste and like allotted work by their, according to their caste. Because also this kind of thing happens that suppose someone, a person owns a business, and he will only employ the people from his caste. So like if we see this is one kind of private sector reservation, not government. Because in government sector there's reservation, but in private sector, suppose I own a business, and if I want that all of my employees should be from my caste, then it is also a reservation, because I am not giving jobs to the deserving candidates. So this reservation system, is both in government sector and private sector also, in some extent. So I think government should work on the mindsets of people, so how they can change the mindset. Because if we see that every time government brings new schemes for this reserved category people and all, and we know that it's a kind of political stunt, that they want to gain votes from lower castes, also from the general category people. But if government tries to convey people the message that you shouldn't do this kind of discrimination to other caste people, or we should abolish this caste system like that, then some people will be angry. Some people think that this is an attack on their religion or their beliefs, and the government can lose votes, lose popularity. So because of this risk, they are not taking any action on people's, mindset. Because if they can, because government has the power to do so. If you see that in Haryana, this is a big issue, that like sometimes gangsters from other castes clashes. So the thing is, but government doesn't take any action, because if they take any action like that we are going to abolish caste system or caste based discrimination, then people think it will be an attack on their religion. So first of all, government has to make sure that people understand the issue and they don't think that this is related to their religious beliefs. Because in India, people take their religion very seriously. So if you if you tie anything with religion, that becomes a sensitive issue. So first, government has to work on that, because if this is not solved, then this casteism problem will be there for forever. So that is one thing I think the government, government should think about it, because otherwise, this will harm India's growth process for a long time.
Yes. See, political parties don't want to eradicate this, and they don't want to interfere in this. Okay, the police will come after everything is done. The police will come after everything is done, just like in Indian movies. Okay, police will come late every time. Okay, because they don't want to agitate, they don't want to they don't want to take the specific sides, because they will lose the favors and they will lose the votes from the other side of the community. Because two communities, or what can I say, two castes are clashing, as Somendo said, in north side. Okay, see, they don't want to interfere. They said that it's between your thing, you can sort it out after after collateral, if collateral damages happen, okay, then we will interfere, otherwise you will sort it out. Okay, the law and order is also somewhat like this. Okay, Yelena, yes, we are discussing about the reservation thing. Do you know reservation in jobs and reservation in
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what's your opinion about it? Please, Yelena, tell us.
I think it is very bad because nowadays everyone is working hard for their job and for their families. So why will you do that reservation job? And it is happening in Bangladesh, I saw.
Yes, that's the origin. But we are talking about the reservation in general. Yes, Bangladesh happening. India. It's also India. It also happens. Clashes between this and that. It also happens. But yes, now the Bangladesh is burning and Bangladeshis are facing the heat. Now, see, we know that. See why it's happening. Okay.
Okay, sir. What happening in Bangladesh, it's not a good idea or good things, but we discussed about generally we discussed about Indian situation or in India situation. So reservation is not a good idea for when we called ourselves as a secular, or we ourselves as a citizen of India, so we have to consider ourselves as a free or freedom, we can do whatever we want. It can't be basis on what we why we are Brahmin or Muslims or Hindu, any kind of things. It's not based on that. So when we when we want a job or any kind of a government job, so it should be basis on our education or our merit or merit in intelligent or knowledge things, I must say. So it's not a good idea for our younger self or our generation that it should be reservation. Previously it was done for their purpose or the economical the system, ecological issues or the society issues. But when we call out about the reservation about in general education, so it's not a good idea for us. But it's not done, or it will be not vanished in a year, or in a some after some 75 years, it's not be good. But if we want to erase, or we want to build a stronger community, or stronger society, we have to change our mindset. So this reservation should not be in education, okay, it should be in society. So we have to encourage the people to don't avoid any people who are coming for millennial, what we say about that. So we have to learn, or you have to acknowledge, you have to build a stronger connection with them also.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. But main thing is, no matter how many years it will take, no matter it will be a developed country, our roots and our
Yes.
culture,
Yes, sir.
it's deep in rooted in our culture. Okay, so we have to change the mindset first.